Hello and welcome. Wow. Well, to start off with, we have the Golden Empress. Kind of reminds me of like that manager that you don't want to piss off. Well, that's good. Filled with confidence this week. But also kind of looks a little bit intimidating, so I guess if you do happen to get overwhelmed this week, I guess channel your energy carefully. I don't know, that's what I'm getting. But if you pick up something else with your own intuition, then that's you. Sorry, I was told to also read from the book for this one. Once mortal, upon death, the Golden Empress demanded and won audience with the gods of Duat. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. Bypassing the trials entirely, charismatic and confident, she made her case for her service in life. Wow, I speak English, I swear. As a queen, and as the embodiment and representative of the gods in the world, and the glory and worship that she brought to the keepers of Duat life, swayed, they created her a demigoddess, and she gathered her own empire of loyal followers to add to the power of the pantheon. The Golden Empress embodies sheer confidence and potency. To think on all that we have accomplished and to present your best self, particularly when addressing those in positions of authority. Well, if you find that you don't have confidence in yourself, then you need to find the Golden Empress within yourself. Maybe call for help from your spirit guides and reawaken the confidence if you think that you don't have it in your life. And if you do, then that's wonderful and that's great. And don't be afraid to stand up for yourself if you're ever in a situation, this week or any time in the future to where you feel like you need to stand up and say something, whether it's for yourself or for someone else. Don't be afraid to do so. And there may be situations in our lives, whether it's in the coming weeks or further on down the future, where we might have to seem intimidating in order to stick up for ourselves and get the respect that we deserve. That's a good one. Everything I desire is on its way to me at warp speed. Ask the universe for water and your thirst will be quenched. You are a magnet of your own blessings. You know the essence of what you want, and you earn it. You are a fish in the water, swimming in any direction you choose. All visions that you support with your highest intentions will come to pass. Whatever you are reaching for in return is reaching for you. Be one with your calling. So if you are trying to create something, manifest something into your life, do it with confidence. Do it as if it's already in your life. you don't want to hope that you have it or wish that it was here. Like, act as if it is here. Think as if it is here. And don't believe that it's going to come. Know that it's going to come. You have to know it in your head and know it in your heart. And you have to have full 100% confidence. And you have to keep the faith. I mean, there may be small hiccups along the way to something, but think of it as a strength-building exercise and as a lesson. And lessons and learning new things are blessings too. I respect and honor my current work. It is an important step in the staircase to my visions. Everything that you do it so you feel it. Do it with pride and honor. If you sling hot dogs on the corner, sling the hell out of those weenies with extra kraut and mustard. If you clean out porta potties at dingy music festivals, make those honey buckets shine like the world-class diamonds. The happiest of hippies awaits your masterpiece. Your work currently supports your life and helps put food in your stomach. Be thankful for the foundation you have as you work toward the next step in your freedom quest. You cannot launch a rocket without a launch pad. So, small steps and those small pieces are what make a bigger picture. And if you feel like you're losing confidence in something that you're trying to create in your life, focus on the small bits first. I know a personal example in my life is, I'm trying to get a lot of debt out of the way because that means more of my paycheck, is going to stay with me, not go to someone else or something else. And maybe your finances is something you need to focus on. Maybe it's your self-love that you're trying to focus on. I mean, anything. Focus on small bits first. And the foundation is the most important thing of it. And I mean, if you go to work, hating your life or not thinking you're a failure, like you're not a failure. At least you have a job, and if you don't have a job and a job is something that you're focusing on, then you should act as if you already have that job that you want and know that the best thing for you is on its way to you, because that's what your guides and God, or God and the Goddess, whatever title that you choose to give it, that's what they want for you. They want the best for you. And you have to know and believe in your heart that the best will happen and that everything you need will come to you when you need it. I mean, there's some times where I don't really like my job in my personal life, but then I come home and I look at what I have. A roof over my head, food, people who love me, family, friends, Wi-Fi. I remember when I first moved in, we couldn't even afford Wi-Fi for the first few months, and I live in a place where there's really bad service. So we would have to drive out to the Dollar General up the street. We would have to use the data or the store customer Wi-Fi to download Netflix shows, and we would just have to use that. And small steps like that, Doesn't sound like a big step, but looking back, it really is. And that's just a personal example from my life. Fostering patience. So, building foundations, solid foundations, whether it's maybe you're working on a safety fund, finances, maybe it's an emotional foundation, could be anything. It's not going to happen overnight, and maybe that frustrates you, and maybe that's why you might feel like some of your confidence is gone, and it's just something that takes a long time. Maybe what will help is writing out what your idea is, what you're trying to bring into your life, and small steps of how to get there quicker, and focus on the small steps first instead of the big picture, because the small details are what make that big picture. Surrender. Ooh, wow, a seahorse. It's so pretty. Wowie. Sun up there. There's a ring around it. Oh, sorry. There we go. It's really hard to see, but there's like a ring around the sun. So pretty. So, seahorses, like the male carries the baby. Maybe on this journey of yours that you're trying to bring something into your life, manifest something into your life, create something, build a foundation, maybe you have to change something around, and it's important to be adaptable and be open to change. Maybe you have to juggle a lot of things around, and these new things, whether they don't work out or do work out, it's kind of like strength training for life, you know? At least, even if it's not as enjoyable getting there as you imagine that it would be, there's important lessons along the way that can serve you in your future. And, you know, we can't really control the current in our lives all the time. There are things in our lives that we can control, there's things in our lives that we can't control. But, you know, those really big waves that you see at the beach, it's better to just duck under them and go with it, you know. And there are certain things that we just shouldn't go against. So, maybe whatever journey you're on right now, pick and choose the waves that you choose to bust through and the ones that you choose to duck under. Sudden change, radical trust, graceful submission to fate. You have entered a space of surrender. This mandala gently speaks of allowing yourself to float within the ebb and flow of life, carried upon and within a new direction. There is a situation currently playing out within your world that requires you to relax and allow it to unfold. Let go of the need for control and know nothing is ever within control. There are times where one needs to act to create a heart's desire. However, this is not one of those times. Surrender is an act of trust beyond comprehension. It requires you to have faith in your abilities and to allow the universe to guide you exactly where you need to be. At times you can feel as though you have entered a void, a place of not knowing, a place of stillness. However, this usually presents the opportunity for self-reflection, to hold a greater appreciation for all that has been thus far, and to be with oneself before embarking on fresh waters. The great current of life has a flow like no other. At times it is gentle and graceful, at others there is resistance and turbulence as you are swept away, leaving behind all that you have known, only to arrive at a destination that reflects a true vibration of one's soul. Allow the voice of your soul to be present, heard, and then shared through the power of love. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you, spirit guides. Thank you. It's a very difficult deck to shuffle with. Today I find the veil of my ego has lifted and a vision of my new life has appeared. Now I am focused on my inner growth. I listen only to the voice of my heart and remain steadfast in the energy of love that I find there. I am now free of duality, fear, and judgment, and I move forward on my path to inner peace. Well, along with surrendering control or whatever it is that is in your situation currently that you need to let go of, fear is definitely one of those important things, because you don't want to manifest your fear. You want to manifest your goals and what makes you happy, and you want to create that solid foundation. And in surrendering, you'll feel a lot less stressed. You'll feel more free. In the picture, she's just so happy. The birds, the orbs of light. Little swans there in the corner. It's such a beautiful picture. Especially with the cherry blossoms. At least I think that's cherry blossoms. And, whatever goal that you're trying to manifest. Now, I had a dream once. Very personal experience for me, and this is just what's coming through to me with this card. A few years back, I was in a bad job situation. My hours were cut back to 2 days a week. I was walking to work. I walked to work for a year before I got a car, and I was trying to switch jobs, and it was a very stressful time period in my life, and I was just hoping and wishing for something better in my life. And I dreamed of a cherry blossom, and the dream took place at the place that I used to live, and there's no cherry blossoms there. There's crepe myrtles, but no cherry blossoms. And it was definitely a cherry blossom. I mean, it was glistening, it was glowing, it was beautiful. And the dream interpretation that came to me when I searched for it was a gift, a blessing. Good things are coming towards you. And so whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in your life, you're going to get what you need and what suits you, and what will put you on the right next step for your life. The Inner Alchemist. Like an alchemist, I possess all the power I need to build a life of joy and harmony. Today, through my positive thoughts, words, and deeds, I create my own light. I understand that I can use the inner magic of intention to transform myself in the same way an alchemist transforms lead into gold. Today, I create happiness. We all have the gift of channeling and transforming. It's just whether we choose to use it and choose to know that we can use it to create a better lives for ourselves. And maybe that's part of something that you need to surrender. Is just your self-doubt, if you don't believe that you're worthy of a better life, if you don't believe that you can do what you're trying to do, then you're not going to have that drive and motivation. And if you need help, it's important to ask, whether it's, your spirit guides or family members or friends, co-workers. They can't help if they don't know that you need help. You can do, be, and create whatever it is that you wish or want to be. But you have to believe and know that you can, and you have to know that you are worthy of it, that you are capable, that you deserve it. If you don't believe that you deserve happiness, then you're never going to search for it. I look in the mirror and say, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. When I accept all of myself, I am whole and healed. Have the courage and confidence to accept yourself. We all have the capability within us to love and accept ourselves. It's just a matter of doing it. Hopefully that helped. Hope you have a wonderful, happy, blessed, peaceful week.